Three players that played high school football here in Northeast Ohio that all played at Ohio State will play Sunday for the 49ers in the Super Bowl, all three making family proud.
Alex Boone, Donte Whitner, Ted Ginn Jr. They've made us all proud.
Three guys from the same area, and they played in college together, and they played professional football together, and now they playing in the Super Bowl together. That's huge.
And for Ted Ginn Jr., it will be huge to have his dad in New Orleans. Ted Ginn Sr. was cleared to travel just days ago. The great Glenville head coach has been sick, missing the entire high school football season. In fact, watching the Super Bowl live will be the first game he'll see in person in months.
Well, you know, it's the biggest stage that you can even imagine. So, you know, he just want to go to work, you know, Ted, he shows up in big situations like that, and if he get the opportunity, I think he would make something happen.
Teddy Ginn mostly returns punts for the Niners. He's never played in the Super Bowl. The same goes for his college and high school teammate, safety Donte Whitner. Whitner was a star at Glenville and Ohio State. Like Ginn, an NFL first-round pick. Amazing to think his mother was told he might not walk again after a childhood accident. So seeing him play Sunday, a dream come true.
And this is a once-in-a-lifetime dream for these guys. I mean, even when they're little like this, and they come up and they have a dream. This is the dream. This is high as they're gonna go with this.
Amy Boone also made the trip. Her son Alex was a standout at St. Ed's. You remember his great career with the Buckeyes. Boone is a huge reason the Niners made it, starting all 16 games at guard, moving from tackle. But it took him 4 years to reach this point. He had to fight for it after off-field issues, including problems with alcohol, cost him a draft selection and almost a career.
I think that's probably what we're all the most proud of. So for a kid who's 25 years old, to be sober for 4 years, and I mean, and that's huge at the age of 25 to not ever go that route again. I mean, he recognized the fact that he almost lost everything because of, you know, a really bad habit that was out of control. I don't think we ever really considered the possibility that we were going to be going to the Super Bowl to watch him play. I mean, that's really huge.
LeBron James, the greatest basketball player on the planet. It's hard to argue, even for Cleveland fans. Yes, you hate that he left and how he did it, and then you had to watch him bring a championship to another city. Seeing Art Modell win a Super Bowl, the only thing that tops it. But with Art, he's never been on our side again. LeBron is. We've had to watch him lead Team USA basketball during the Olympics. It's his team, the team representing our country. So, should you put aside your anger for James as he tries to bring home the gold medal?
Of course you should. I mean, what do you want, France to win the gold medal? Of course. I mean, it's red, white, and blue. I mean, I think we're all patriots deep down, and I think, you know, however you feel about LeBron, I think once he has USA on his chest, you have to look at him in a very different light. I mean, I think people are going to be torn. I mean, I can see people saying, okay, I'm going to root for the U.S., but I hope LeBron has a bad game, and they still win anyway.
Tom Withers is covering LeBron in London. He doesn't think you have to forgive James, but to focus your energy on the Cavs. And Cavaliers beat writer Jason Lloyd, who recently spoke with James, sees a guy that is relaxed now and enjoying life, and feels it's time for fans to do the same. Let the anger go and move on.
You don't necessarily have to root for the guy, but I just think it's time to stop rooting against him and to stop cheering for him to fail. He didn't fail. He won the championship, and not only did he win a championship, he carried them. He was the reason they won it. He played out of his mind with the best performance of his career.
I agree with Withers and Lloyd. How can you not root for Team USA, even with LeBron leading the way? And it probably is time to just move on. Although, just like the Yankees, Steelers, and Ravens, I would never tell you to root for the Miami Heat. But I want you to think about this. Rooting for James during the Olympics, it might be good practice, because you might be doing it again one day right here at the Q.
If you look at that roster, that Heat roster, they're not getting younger, and Dwayne Wade's injuries aren't going to go away. So when you see that team should start to be descending or about the time the Cavs are ascending in 2014. That's why I think it's probably 50-50 at this point that he would come back then. But if it's not then, I do think at some point he'll want to come back here and end his career here.
Hey, as a journalist, I'm always looking for a great story. And what a better redemptive story would there be than to have LeBron come back home and maybe try to win the Cavaliers their first world championship.
Hard to imagine Cavs fans debating over that, but you can't help but think, what if he hadn't left? Would we already have a championship? And how much more pride would you have if it was our guy leading the way to gold? At first glance, Sean Murphy has the look of a typical swimmer. But when you dive a little deeper, you find there's nothing ordinary about this 19-year-old.
He's freakishly athletic.
In February, Sean qualified for the Olympic swimming trials in the 100 breaststroke. 0.5% that are part of the U.S. swimming program get a chance at the Olympics.
There was like a delay on the clock. I don't know what happened, and everyone thought I didn't make it, so everyone was like, silent for like 3 seconds, and then the time appeared, and everybody went crazy. And I just sunk back in the water. I was so relieved.
Originally a backstroke swimmer at Walsh Jesuit, he switched to the breaststroke, overcame a serious hand injury, and was ready to give up the sport a few years ago.
So separate, kick, and then pull all the way through.
But his swim club coach Matt Davis changed his mind. Training together, Sean dropped his time.
I just give it a shot. After last summer, I knew that he was really close to making the trial cut, and I said, this is something that you're never going to get your chance to do it again. I said, you've got a year to try to get it and to try to go after it. He had 20 strokes, okay, each on the breaststroke.
He's going there with 14 teammates. That's part of the honor there. Is they're just really happy to be there to represent the Naval Academy.
That's right, Sean attends the Naval Academy. The work and dedication that goes into it. He trains 5 or 6 days a week, over 20 hours in each of those weeks. And don't forget, he has to combine that with his academics and military responsibilities. But with all he's done, at the top of his list, beating Michael Phelps last year in a meet at the Naval Academy.
Yeah, actually, I took a picture of me and him on the blocks and my name on the results sheet, and I put it on my Facebook profile picture for a while.
All of that can be topped if he ends up representing the country he already defends. Dave Chudowski, Channel 3 Sports. For the third time in 4 years, the Blue Streaks were all smiles, winning the league championship. But one smile was missing. Matt Crozier was a standout on the JC basketball team, an all-OAC post player playing for 2 seasons. But on January 5th of last year, Matt passed away at the age of 20 after an accidental fall on New Year's Day in Philadelphia. So this season, each time the team hit the floor, it was about more than wins and losses. It was about remembering their teammate and friend.
Before every game, I have a little his card from the funeral home, and I always say something to the team and to myself. Just remember that one of our teammates, one of our good friends up there looking down on us. Matt was one of my best friends, he was, and when everything happened last year, I don't know if we really realized what the magnitude of it, and as time kind of went on, we just kept thinking like, yeah, imagine what it would be like if he was here, like how good we would be. And just taking each day with it, it's been tough, but everyone's came together and we've helped each other get through it.
One way they did was to honor him. As a tribute to Crozier, his number 50 jersey was worn by a different senior for each game.
We thought it'd be a good tradition for us to start here with, with Matt, just being us 8 seniors, switching off every game, wearing number 50, and it's an honor to wear number 50 the way he did. You do feel a little extra motivated to, do something extra that game, whether it be a hustle play, make an extra shot, or just, pick up a teammate or something like that.
The first time we did this was down in the Case tournament, and it just so happened that Matt's mom was in attendance for the game, so it was really touching to see her emotionally just because we were honoring her son.
As a lasting tribute to Matt, early last fall, Crozier's family funded the money to have the team's locker room rebuilt in his honor. A plaque on the outside in remembrance of him. On the inside, larger lockers with seats along with a TV.
The family is just outstanding people. He's part of our family. You don't forget family. He's the type of kid you'd like to see your daughter bring home. Really, that's the kind of young man and the family that he came from. It's a sad story, but hopefully, the lessons we learned in that will carry over and make these kids even more successful.
While Matt isn't in the team picture, you get the feeling in some way he is and will be a teammate of these guys forever.